The Galactic Council, a conglomeration of powerful alien civilizations, had long served as the governing body of the known universe. Each member species had its own unique strengths and contributions, and together they maintained order and stability across the stars. Earth's inclusion in the Council had been a milestone in human history, a testament to humanity's progress and potential. But beneath the surface, tensions simmered. Some Council members viewed humans as a threat, their rapid advancements in technology and influence unsettling the delicate balance of power. The tipping point came during a heated Council meeting. Representatives from the more aggressive factions, led by the formidable Thalaxian Empire, argued that humanity's ambitions posed a danger to the galaxy. They cited recent conflicts and territorial disputes as evidence of humanity's disruptive influence. "The humans have overstepped their bounds," declared Zarlith, the Thalaxian representative. His reptilian eyes glinted with malice. Their insatiable hunger for expansion and their volatile nature make them a liability. They must be expelled from the Council. Opposing voices rose in defense of Earth, but the tide had already turned. The vote was cast, and by a narrow margin, humanity was expelled from the Galactic Council. The decision sent shockwaves through the interstellar community, and the news reached Earth with a mixture of disbelief and outrage. In the heart of Earth's capital, President Alana Hayes convened an emergency meeting with her top advisors. The mood was somber, but determination filled the room. "We cannot allow this setback to weaken us," President Hayes said, her voice resolute. "We must prepare for any eventuality. Our colonies and our people must be protected." The human leaders knew that the expulsion was not merely a political maneuver. It was a prelude to aggression. They began to mobilize their resources, activating contingency plans that had been developed in secret. Unbeknownst to the Galactic Council, humanity had been quietly developing advanced technology and a formidable fleet in the shadows. Project Aegis, as it was known, had been initiated decades earlier, driven by the foresight of visionary leaders who understood the precarious nature of interstellar politics. The hidden fleet was housed within massive underground bunkers on Earth and hidden shipyards in remote star systems. These vessels were equipped with cutting-edge weaponry, advanced shielding, and propulsion systems that surpassed anything seen in the galaxy. Admiral Marcus Steele, a decorated veteran and the commander of Project Aegis, oversaw the preparations with meticulous precision. He knew that the time had come to reveal humanity's hidden strength. "Activate the fleet," Admiral Steele ordered, his voice firm and unwavering. "We will show the galaxy that humanity is not to be underestimated." The human colonies, scattered across strategic star systems, were of paramount importance. They served as vital hubs for trade, research, and resource extraction. Defending these colonies was crucial to maintaining humanity's foothold in the galaxy. Colonel Rebecca Collins, a seasoned strategist and leader of the Colonial Defense Forces, coordinated the efforts to bolster the colony's defenses. She knew that the aggressive council members would soon strike, and she was determined to be ready. "Our enemies believe we are vulnerable," Colonel Collins said to her troops. "But they will soon learn the true extent of our capabilities. We will defend our homes and our people with everything we have." The aggressive council members wasted no time in launching their attacks on human colonies. The Thalaxian Empire, along with its allies, targeted key colonies with brutal efficiency, believing that humanity lacked the technology and firepower to mount a significant defense. The first assault came without warning. The colony of New Haven, located on the fringes of human-controlled space, was the initial target. The Thalaxian fleet descended upon the colony like a swarm of locusts, their warships bristling with weaponry. Governor Maria Sandoval, the leader of New Haven, received the distress signal with a sense of dread. She quickly activated the colony's defense systems and rallied her people to take shelter. "This is not the end for us," Governor Sandoval declared, her voice resolute. "We will stand strong and defend our home." The colony's defenses, though formidable, struggled against the overwhelming firepower of the Thalaxian fleet. The initial onslaught left New Haven battered, but the colonists' spirit remained unbroken. As the Thalaxians prepared for a final assault, a new force entered the fray. Humanity's hidden fleet, led by Admiral Marcus Steele, emerged from the shadows. The sleek, advanced warships cut through the void with unparalleled speed and precision. "All units engage the enemy," Admiral Steele commanded, his voice steady and authoritative. "Show them the true power of humanity." The hidden fleet's advanced weaponry and shielding systems caught the Thalaxians off guard. Laser cannons and plasma torpedoes unleashed a devastating barrage, tearing through the enemy warships with surgical accuracy. The Thalaxian commanders, confident in their superiority, were stunned by the sudden and overwhelming counterattack. Their warships, once the pride of their empire, were reduced to debris in the cold vacuum of space. Unknown to the general populace of the Galactic Council, a secret cabal of aggressive council members had colluded to exploit humanity's expulsion for their own gain. Led by the Thalaxian Empire and supported by the Virex Consortium and the Zartan Dominion, they sought to capture human colonies rich in resources. The colluding council members met in clandestine gatherings, away from the prying eyes of the neutral factions. Their goal was to divide and conquer, seizing valuable territories and assets while avoiding direct confrontation with humanity's core worlds. The humans are scattered and vulnerable, Zarlith, the Thalaxian representative, declared during one such meeting. Their colonies are ripe for the taking, and their resources will strengthen our empires. The Virex Consortium, known for its industrial prowess, eyed the mineral-rich colonies with greed. The Zartan Dominion, a militaristic faction, sought to expand its territory and bolster its military might. The plan was set into motion with calculated precision. The Thalaxians and their allies launched coordinated attacks on multiple human colonies, aiming to overwhelm the defenses and secure key locations. The targets included New Haven, Artemis Prime, and Helios Prime, each chosen for its strategic importance and resource wealth. The second wave of attacks was even more brutal than the first. The Thalaxian fleet, bolstered by warships from the Virex Consortium and the Zartan Dominion, launched a relentless assault on New Haven, seeking to break the colony's defenses and capture its valuable resources. Governor Maria Sandoval, the leader of New Haven, received the distress call with a steely resolve. She activated the colony's defense protocols and prepared her people for the coming storm. "Hold your ground," Governor Sandoval commanded. "We will not let them take what is ours." The Thalaxian and Virex warships descended upon New Haven with ferocity, their weapons unleashing a devastating barrage on the colony's defenses. The initial shock left the colony reeling, but the human defenders quickly regrouped. Colonel Rebecca Collins, who had been stationed on New Haven to oversee its defenses, took charge of the ground forces. She coordinated with Governor Sandoval and Admiral Steele, who had dispatched reinforcements from the hidden fleet. "Engage the enemy with everything we've got," Colonel Collins ordered. "We will show them the true strength of humanity." The hidden fleet's arrival turned the tide of the battle. The advanced warships, equipped with cutting-edge weaponry and shielding systems, launched a coordinated counterattack. Laser cannons and plasma torpedoes tore through the enemy fleet, overwhelming their defenses and forcing them into a retreat. The victory at New Haven was a testament to humanity's resilience and strategic prowess. The Thalaxians and their allies, once confident in their superiority, found themselves outmatched and outmaneuvered. The aggressive council members, determined to capture the human colonies, regrouped for another assault. This time, their target was Artemis Prime, a colony known for its advanced research facilities and rich mineral deposits. The Thalaxian fleet, supported by the Zartan Dominion, launched a massive assault on Artemis Prime. The colony, unprepared for the scale of the attack, found itself in a dire situation. The Thalaxian warships unleashed a relentless barrage, targeting the colony's defenses and vital infrastructure. Governor Elias Carter, the leader of Artemis Prime, received the distress call with a steely resolve. He activated the colony's defense protocols and prepared his people for the coming storm. "Hold your ground," Governor Carter commanded. "We will not let them take what is ours." The Thalaxian and Zartan warships descended upon Artemis Prime with ferocity, their weapons unleashing a devastating barrage on the colony's defenses. The initial shock left the colony reeling, but the human defenders quickly regrouped. Colonel Rebecca Collins, who had been stationed on Artemis Prime to oversee its defenses, took charge of the ground forces. She coordinated with Governor Carter and Admiral Steele, who had dispatched reinforcements from the hidden fleet. "Engage the enemy with everything we've got," Colonel Collins ordered. "We will show them the true strength of humanity." The hidden fleet's arrival turned the tide of the battle. The advanced warships, equipped with cutting-edge weaponry and shielding systems, launched a coordinated counterattack. Laser cannons and plasma torpedoes tore through the enemy fleet, overwhelming their defenses and forcing them into a retreat. The victory at Artemis Prime was a testament to humanity's resilience and strategic prowess. The Thalaxians and their allies, once confident in their superiority, found themselves outmatched and outmaneuvered. The aggressive council members, undeterred by their previous defeats, regrouped for another assault. Their target this time was Helios Prime, a critical trade hub and resource center. The Thalaxian fleet, supported by the Zartan Dominion, launched a massive assault on the colony. Commodore Sarah Drake, stationed on the flagship USS Valkyrie, was tasked with defending Helios Prime. She formulated a daring plan to outflank and ambush the attackers, coordinating with Colonel Collins and the ground forces. "We will show them that humanity stands united," Commodore Drake declared. "They will learn the true strength of our resolve." The battle began with a fierce exchange of fire. The human fleet's advanced weaponry and shielding systems allowed them to hold their own against the numerically superior enemy. The Thalaxians and Zartans, desperate to break through, launched wave after wave of attacks. Colonel Collins, stationed on the colony of Helios Prime, coordinated the ground defenses with tactical brilliance. The colony's defensive turrets and shield generators created a formidable barrier, repelling enemy ground forces. "We will not let them take our home," Colonel Collins declared to her troops. "Stand strong, and we will drive them back." The human fleet, led by Commodore Drake, executed a series of daring maneuvers to outflank and outgun the enemy. The battle raged for hours, with both sides sustaining heavy losses. But the tide turned in humanity's favor when Commodore Drake's flagship, the USS Valkyrie, unleashed a devastating barrage that crippled the Thalaxian command ship. The enemy fleet, now leaderless and demoralized, began to crumble. The human forces pressed their advantage, delivering a decisive blow that forced the remaining enemy warships into a hasty retreat. The Battle of Helios Prime ended in a resounding victory for humanity. The aggressive council members, once confident in their superiority, were now in disarray, their fleets decimated and their ambitions shattered. With each victory, humanity's confidence grew. The hidden fleet's strategic maneuvers and technological superiority began to turn the tide of the conflict. The human colonies, once vulnerable targets, became fortified strongholds, ready to repel any aggression. Admiral Marcus Steele coordinated the efforts with precision, his years of experience and tactical acumen evident in every decision. The hidden fleet's advanced weaponry and shielding systems allowed them to outmaneuver and outgun the aggressive council members. The turning point came during the Battle of Elysium, a strategically vital colony that the Thalaxians sought to capture. The human fleet, led by Admiral Steele, executed a daring plan to defend the colony and deliver a crushing blow to the enemy. As the Thalaxian fleet approached Elysium, they were met with a formidable defense. The colony's shield generators created an impenetrable barrier, while defensive turrets unleashed a relentless barrage on the attacking warships. "All units, hold your positions," Admiral Steele commanded. "Wait for my signal to engage." The Thalaxians, frustrated by their inability to breach the defenses, regrouped for a coordinated assault. It was then that Admiral Steele gave the order. "Engage the enemy. Show them no mercy." The hidden fleet emerged from the shadows, launching a surprise attack on the Thalaxian warships. The advanced human vessels moved with incredible speed and precision, their weapons cutting through the enemy fleet like a hot knife through butter. The Thalaxians, caught off guard by the ferocity and sophistication of the human attack, were forced into a chaotic retreat. The Battle of Elysium ended in a decisive victory for humanity, solidifying their reputation as a force to be reckoned with. The aggressive council members, now fully aware of humanity's capabilities, regrouped for a final, desperate assault. They knew that their survival depended on neutralizing the human threat once and for all. The stage was set for the Battle of Centauri, a strategic choke point that controlled access to several human colonies. The Thalaxians and their allies assembled a massive fleet, determined to overwhelm the human defenders. Admiral Steele, recognizing the significance of the battle, mobilized the full strength of the hidden fleet. He was joined by Colonel Rebecca Collins, who commanded the ground forces and coordinated the defense of the colonies. As the enemy fleet approached, Admiral Steele addressed his forces. "This is the moment we have prepared for. The enemy seeks to destroy us, but we will show them the true strength of humanity. Fight with honor, fight with courage, and we will prevail." The battle began with a fierce exchange of fire. The human fleet's advanced weaponry and shielding systems allowed them to hold their own against the numerically superior enemy. The Thalaxians, desperate to break through, launched wave after wave of attacks. Colonel Collins, stationed on the colony of Centauri Prime, coordinated the ground defenses with tactical brilliance. The colony's defensive turrets and shield generators created a formidable barrier, repelling enemy ground forces. "We will not let them take our home," Colonel Collins declared to her troops. "Stand strong, and we will drive them back." The human fleet, led by Admiral Steele, executed a series of daring maneuvers to outflank and outgun the enemy. The battle raged for hours, with both sides sustaining heavy losses. The Thalaxians, seeking to demoralize the human defenders, launched a targeted strike on the flagship USS Guardian. The USS Guardian, a symbol of humanity's resilience, weathered the assault with unwavering determination. Admiral Steele, coordinating the defense, ordered a counteroffensive that caught the enemy off guard. "Focus all fire on their command ships," Admiral Steele commanded. "We need to break their coordination and force them into disarray." The human warships, moving with precision and coordination, unleashed a devastating barrage on the Thalaxian command ships. The enemy fleet, now leaderless and disoriented, began to falter. The human fleet, bolstered by reinforcements from the hidden shipyards, launched a full-scale counteroffensive. Advanced warships, equipped with cutting-edge weaponry and shielding systems, moved with precision and deadly efficiency. The battlecruiser USS Resolute, under the command of Captain Naomi Kim, spearheaded the assault. Its formidable arsenal of railguns and energy cannons tore through the enemy fleet, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. "Engage all targets," Captain Kim ordered. "Let's show them what we're made of." The human warships unleashed a relentless assault on the Thalaxian and Virex fleets. Laser cannons and plasma torpedoes rained down on the enemy, overwhelming their defenses and forcing them into a hasty retreat. Colonel Collins, leading a ground offensive, coordinated with Captain Kim to secure key positions and repel the enemy. The sight of human forces fighting with unwavering determination struck fear into the hearts of the aggressors. "We will not let their sacrifice be in vain," Colonel Collins declared. "Together, we will drive them back." The battle raged on, but the tide had turned decisively in favor of humanity. The enemy fleet, now facing insurmountable odds, began to crumble under the relentless assault. The pivotal moment came when Admiral Steele's flagship, the USS Guardian, delivered a crippling blow to the Thalaxian command ship. The enemy fleet, leaderless and in disarray, was forced into a chaotic retreat. The human forces pressed their advantage, pursuing the fleeing warships and neutralizing their remaining defenses. The final stand at the Centauri system ended in a resounding victory for humanity. The aggressive council members, their fleets decimated and their ambitions shattered, were forced to retreat and reconsider their stance. The news of the defeat spread rapidly, instilling fear and uncertainty among the aggressive factions. The victory at the Centauri system marked a turning point in the conflict. Humanity, once seen as vulnerable and expendable, had proven their resilience and strength. The human fleet, a symbol of technological prowess and strategic brilliance, had dealt a decisive blow to the aggressors and secured the future of the human colonies. The victory at the Centauri system had far-reaching consequences for the Galactic Council. The aggressive council members, their fleets in ruins and their resources depleted, were forced to reassess their stance towards humanity. The neutral council members, who had watched the conflict with growing concern, began to voice their support for Earth. They recognized the bravery and resilience of the human defenders and called for a diplomatic resolution to the conflict. President Alana Hayes, seizing the opportunity, initiated diplomatic talks with the Council. She emphasized humanity's desire for peace and cooperation while making it clear that Earth would defend its colonies and people with unwavering determination. "We seek not domination but coexistence," President Hayes declared in a council address. "Let this conflict be a lesson to all. Unity and understanding are the keys to a prosperous future for all civilizations." The Council, swayed by the support of the neutral members and the undeniable strength of humanity, began to reconsider their stance. The aggressive factions, now weakened and discredited, were forced to accept a ceasefire and engage in negotiations. The rebuilding efforts on the human colonies began in earnest. Engineers and scientists worked tirelessly to repair the damage and fortify the defenses. The human fleet, though victorious, remained vigilant, ready to respond to any renewed aggression. The conflict had changed the landscape of interstellar politics. The lessons learned from the war resonated across the galaxy, leading to a renewed emphasis on diplomacy and cooperation. Humanity's technological advancements, once shrouded in secrecy, were now shared with the broader galactic community. The Hidden Fleet, a symbol of resilience and ingenuity, became a source of inspiration for future generations of explorers and scientists. The Galactic Council, recognizing the need for reform, began to implement changes to ensure a more balanced and fair representation of its members. The aggressive factions, their influence diminished, were replaced by leaders who valued unity and mutual respect. Earth's potential reinstatement in the Council became a topic of discussion. The neutral members, impressed by humanity's strength and determination, advocated for their return. The process would take time, but the foundation for a new era of cooperation had been laid. As the human colonies flourished and the fleets patrolled the stars, the memory of the conflict served as a reminder of the importance of vigilance and preparedness. Humanity had faced an existential threat and emerged stronger, united by the shared vision of a brighter future. President Hayes, Admiral Steele, and Colonel Collins continued to lead with wisdom and resolve, guiding humanity through the challenges and opportunities of the new era. The promise of a more balanced and harmonious galaxy was within reach, and the legacy of the conflict would endure as a testament to the resilience and strength of the human spirit. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe the channel for more videos like this.